Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another tutorial for you guys. In today's episode, we're gonna go ahead and install Lspdfr on your GTA 5 so that you can manage to play as a cop in GTA 5. So without any further ado, you're gonna go ahead and need yourself a decent PC. I believe that if you are actually playing GTA 5 on a PC right now, you should be in the good hands of actually installing this program and able to play as a couple, no problem. And you're gonna need a couple things to install in your computer. You're gonna need WinRAR. You're gonna be using this program right here, especially if you have to download a lot of files online, and if you need to unzip those files, you're gonna pretty much need WinRAR to do so. You might need another program or something, or whatever program that you do have that you can actually use to unzip files. Please do install that program, but I really strongly suggest that you actually install WinRAR on your PC. And the next one, this is the very important piece right here. You're gonna need Open4 or OpenIV, however you want to pronounce it, however you want to say it. You're gonna need this program right here. And for this tool right here, I'm gonna have a link in the description showing you how you can install this tool if you desperately need this too, because you actually do need this too. So make sure you check the link in the description and download these things and install them in your PC. I'll say like the rest, all of these right here is pretty much a one-time install, so it's not gonna really occupy too much space on your computer. And of course, you're gonna need Notepad. I think if you go let me go ahead and go on Google here real quick. Let me go ahead and open another tab. Let's go ahead and type in Notepad. You're gonna need this to edit your stuff where we do upload some stuff, some mods in the game. So you can go ahead, as you can see right here, Notepad++ download. You can go ahead and click this link right here. I think you can go ahead and go into this link right here, and of course it's gonna go ahead and show you all the downloads. I'm pretty sure let's see which one is the new version here. I think the new version, it should be the top one right here. So you can go ahead and download the top one, and of course follow the instructions on how you and proceed downloading this thing. I don't really need to download it because I already do have it on my computer. I installed this long time ago. And let's go back over here, and of course you're gonna need a Rockstar game launcher. I think nowadays you cannot really play GTA 5 on PC without having Rockstar games launcher. It will require you to install this, so I pretty much assume that you have this installed while watching this video and while needing to modify your game for Lspdfr and stuff like that. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and close this window here real quick. I don't need to save anything right there. So in first place, you're gonna go ahead and need to download the Lspdfr first response. This one is the latest version that just got updated. Pretty much doing a fresh install for me, so I just took this opportunity to make this video, to make this tutorial for you guys. A lot of people have been asking me like, how do you do it? So I'm just gonna go ahead and take this opportunity to make sure I do it as clean as possible and give you all the information, you guys, that I know how to do this. So we're gonna go ahead and do a download right here. So go ahead and click on the download this file, and then of course you're gonna need to go all the way to the bottom right here and agree to download. And in today's tutorial, we're gonna go ahead and install the manual version. So this one is the one that we're gonna be downloading, so go ahead and download. I already have this downloaded already, so just go ahead and download this and of course place it to a place that you know you're gonna find, of course. All right, I just downloaded another thing here, that's custom pullover. I'm gonna go ahead and explain that at a later time when we do actually install this thing. You pretty much are going to need it, but it's not essential at this moment in time. But in this video, I'm gonna try and cover all the basics and everything like that. We're gonna come back into this page here real quick after we are done with some things. You're gonna pretty much need to save. I will encourage you to bookmark this page right here. This is the website one of the websites you probably gonna need to bookmark, because you're gonna be coming to this website quite a lot. As you can see, the latest version, you can see here there's a latest version that just been installed. So it is simple callouts. All right, simple callouts right here. It just got updated. So you're gonna need pretty much, when you do need to install stop the pad, automate backup, compilate, all of these are, this guy takes care of your stuff. I have to say, is always up to date with everything. So make sure you bookmark this and or save this page anywhere that you can find, very easy. All right, so without any further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on over here. As you can see on my right hand side over here, I do have a couple programs already downloaded, and I'm gonna go ahead and explain those where we do proceed with what we need to do for today. So I'm gonna try and keep this video as short as possible, but I'm gonna make sure I do not leave anything out, so that you guys, so this will be like the bare bones of what you need to download and what you need to install to pretty much get your game running. So in this let's go ahead and concentrate on these two files right here. This is like another file copy that I made. This is where I play all my Franklin stuff, all my real life mods. This is where I do it. So if you want me to teach you out, guys, how you can actually install real life mods, let me know in the comment section down below. I'll be happy to do it. But right now we're gonna concentrate on Lspdfr. So with that said, this is a clean copy of GTA 5 right here. As you can see, I can go ahead and click right into it. So all you need to do is, however you have played the story mode or whatever, make sure you actually go ahead and highlight. I'm pretty sure you're gonna have pretty much like one or something like that. Make sure there's no mods on it or anything like that. It's a clean version. All you need to do is go ahead and highlight it like this right here, and right click on that and make sure you click copy. All right, you're gonna go ahead and click copy, and then you're gonna go ahead and click on the side and go ahead and right click again and go ahead and click paste, and it's gonna go ahead and produce another file. But this one is gonna take maybe like 20 minutes, 25 minutes, depending on how fast your computer is able to copy all of these files. And then you're gonna go ahead and have another copy that's gonna say copy, and then you're gonna have the original file that says GTA 5. So this one is my clean copy right here. You're gonna need to have yourself a clean copy just in case you mess up anything right here. You can always delete this, you can always restart and refresh everything. But as long as you do have this fresh copy right here, you don't really need to install the game from scratch. So if you don't really do this step right here, you're gonna go ahead and mess up your game at some point. I'm pretty sure you're gonna need to, like, just to avoid the stress of having to download the game once again from scratch, especially from maybe like from Steam or whatever site you got your game on. It's gonna be a little bit of a headache to do that. So to kind of counterclock that, you're gonna need to make sure you create another file just like this right here. So let's go ahead and concentrate on this file right here, this GTA 5 folder right here. This is a clean copy right here of GTA 5, and I cannot stress this enough, guys. Before you can actually start uploading your mods and everything like that, make sure you can actually run the game first. Run it through your Rockstar game launcher. Make sure you can go ahead and run the game through this program right here. If you can play maybe like 5 minutes or something like that, just to make sure the game is running, because you don't want to start modding your game and then later find out like your game is not even running or anything like that. You make sure you get all your setups done and everything like that, and most importantly, your game is running. As you can see right now, the game version that I do have is 1.02545.0. so this is the latest version of GTA 5 that I do have at this very moment in time. So with that said, you're gonna go ahead and click on this right hand side right here and click on go on new, create a new folder, and name that folder mods, like I have done, like right here. Just name it doesn't really matter whether it's capital letters or small letters. Just go ahead and name it mods, just like so. I would suggest to go ahead and do and create another folder as well and name it scripts, just like that, and just leave it right there. We're gonna come back into the script folder at a later time. If you're following my mod, you're gonna find out why we need this script folder right here, just to make your game a little bit more realistic and just to add a little bit of a little bit of something to make your game even a little bit more interesting, and you can get a little bit more creative with this script folder right here. So you're gonna be finding that out at a later time, but right now we're just gonna go ahead and concentrate on this mods folder right here that you just created. So after you have created that mods folder right here, I would like you to go all the way to the bottom of this GTA 5 thing right here, and then you're gonna go ahead and highlight all of these files right here like I just did, like that. And then you're gonna go ahead and click press control key on your keyboard, and then you're gonna go ahead and highlight this common file right here. Highlight that common file right there, and then you're gonna go ahead and highlight this x64 file right there, and then you're gonna go ahead and highlight this update file just like so. So this is what you need to have once you have highlighted pretty much everything. So I'm gonna go ahead and scroll down here so that you guys can take a clear view what you need to highlight and everything like that. So go ahead and highlight all of these files like I just did right here. And then once you have done that, just go ahead and right click on that and click copy. All right, go ahead and click copy right there. And then once you click copy right there, you're just gonna go ahead and click on the side just to unmark everything, and then you're gonna go ahead and highlight the mods folder like I just did right here. You're gonna right click that and click paste, and this is gonna take maybe like 15-20 minutes or something like that to pretty much copy all of these files into your mods folder like so. I already done it, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what it looks like. This is what it looks like on my mods folder right now. As you can see, GTA 5 mods right there, and this is all the files that I do have right now. You're not gonna need to use all of these files in here. Some of them you're gonna be modding, some of them they're just gonna stay there, but I do suggest that you have this installed right here. And once we start using OpenIV, you will find out why you need to have this installed right here. It's gonna save you a lot of time, it's gonna save you a lot of headache. So just do it in the first place, so that when you get to this point right here, when we get into like installing cars and stuff like that, is gonna be much more easier for you. You don't really have to run into too many headaches and stuff like that. So if you do follow my mods, my mods tutorial, I think you're gonna find it much easier to install some of these mods right here. So once that's done, go ahead and go back to your mods, your GTA 5 main directory like so. Now the fun is gonna begin. Now we're gonna go ahead and start installing some of these mods right here. All right, I do already have my game running, so if you managed to see this video, so that means I was able to log into the game. I was able to pretty much start playing Lspdfr and stuff like that. All right, so I do have all of these mods right here on my right hand side. I do have we're just gonna go ahead and install them in order. All right, just gonna go ahead and do this like one time. So let's go ahead and get right into it, and then there's gonna be a little bit more stuff that we're gonna need to do right after we install all of this stuff right here. So let's go ahead and click on our Lspdfr folder right here. As you can see, you're gonna have all of these documents right here. All right, so what you're gonna need to do is click that wizard sign right there. You're gonna go ahead and unzip all of these files right here. All right, and then once that's done, you're gonna it's gonna take a little bit of time. All right, so you're gonna go ahead and get this fresh page right here. So this is all of the files unzipped. As you can see, all of these marks right here do tell you that everything has been unzipped. I think I'm gonna need to open up some space on my computer. Just go ahead and close this file right here. We don't really need that file anymore. Let me go ahead and see if I can do this here so that you can get a little bit of a clear view of what it is that we need to be doing right here. So let me go ahead and put this right there. All right, let me go ahead and stress this out here real quick. All right, so yeah, we really don't need that much space for the Lspdfr stuff over there. So I just want to make sure I do give myself enough space over here so that if I need to click on the side, I'm not going to be highlighting anything. So So now that you have this place like this, go ahead and highlight pretty much everything in this file right here. All right, and then you're gonna go ahead and click press on your control key and unselect the license right there, and then you're gonna come to the bottom right here and unselect the readme on this, because if you do install this, you're gonna find that your game is gonna be crashing quite a lot. So to try and avoid your game crashing, you need to make sure you try to eliminate things that are not necessary to install in your game. So go ahead and unselect the licenses and then the readme as well. And that's one of the reasons why I did suggest that you do a manual install other than automatic install, because automatic install is pretty much the same thing. It's gonna go ahead and install this readme right here. It's gonna go ahead and install the licenses as well. You don't really need all of this stuff. It's gonna make your game crash quite a lot, and then you'll be asking yourself like, why is my game crashing so much? It's because sometimes maybe you're not even paying attention. You go ahead and install things that don't really need to be in the game. So let's go ahead and drag all of this stuff right here, and just gonna go ahead and hover over this side right here and just release, and then it's just gonna go ahead and install all of this stuff right here. So this is what your page should now look like once you have installed that. You're gonna have a plugin folder right there. You're gonna have yourself Lspdfr folder just like so. All right, so once you get to this point right here, you pretty much have successfully installed Lspdfr on your PC. And if we go ahead and go down here, let me see, let's go ahead and click all right, so this is a scriptbook folder that was just looking, the application that you're gonna need to click in order to get the game running. So we're not going to concentrate on that right now. So let's go ahead and close this out, and then you're going to go ahead and delete this right there. So we are done with that folder at this very moment in time. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and pretty much do the same thing with the ultimate backup right here. And I'm going to go ahead and do another separate video on how to install ultimate backup maybe and stop the pad as well, because we're gonna need to go into a little bit more detail with these two mods right here. So just go ahead and pretty much do the same thing like so, and then go ahead and close this one, and then we're gonna go ahead and drag this over here, and then you're gonna go ahead and click on the ultimate backup folder like so. And the other thing, guys, I need you to very much pay attention to, sometimes when you do mod the game, sometimes you give you all of these files right here. You pretty much maybe think everything is okay, but modding really takes time. Modding takes patience. So I'm gonna need you to have that little bit of a little bit of patience as well. This Rage native UI folder right here, this is the folder. I'm pretty sure if you download a lot of mods, some of mods will come with this native native UI folder right here. This is the folder you pretty much need to pay attention to, because if it's not up to date, your game is just not going to work. So there are some mods out there that do have this one up to date, and that mod is stop the pad. So every time you do install stop the pad, I suggest that you're gonna go ahead and install this Rage native UI folder right here. But for right now, let's go ahead and just drag and drop this plugins folder right here. But before we can do that, let's just go ahead and open it and see what the hell is going on. This is what comes with the backup folder right here. All right, so you're gonna have police smart radio in there, backup folder, and then vocal dispatch, and then you're gonna have yourself the configuration settings of the backup folder right here. We're gonna get into that at a later time, but right now we just want to go ahead and install the game. So just go ahead and click on that, and then we're just gonna go ahead and drag this plugins folder right here and drop it to your main directory just like that. And then it's gonna go ahead and follow this path right here, the plugins folder that you just installed with Lspdfr. So if you can go ahead and click on the plugin folder right here on your GTA 5 main directory, you're gonna go ahead and follow this path right here. So let's go ahead and start again. So it's gonna be plugins, Lspdfr like so. As you can see all of these files that come with the ultimate backup that we just installed right here. So this is pretty much inside your game at this very moment in time. And we're gonna go ahead and go back to our GTA 5 main directory, and we are done with this mod right here. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and delete that as well, and then we're gonna go ahead and continue with the compilate thing. It's pretty much the same thing. From this point in time, you're gonna realize that most of the mods is just a drag and drop. I'm pretty sure your favorite YouTuber pretty much tells you that it's just drag and drop. This is pretty much it at this very moment in time. So we pretty much just did the same thing. Just go open up the folder, and once again you can see the date on this one right here. All right, let me go ahead and open up ultimate backup from here. So this is the one that we just installed, right? Just to show you the example of what I'm talking about. Take a look at the reg native UI folder under compilate right there. Look at the date, right? It says 2/17/2021, and then this one over here says 8/1/2021, right? As you can see, the date are not the same, but these mods come from the same person, right? So these mods do not have the reg native UI with the latest update. Okay, so you really do not need to be installing this, because most of the time you're going to be installing it, it's just going to say replace. And if you're not really paying attention to what you're doing, you're going to end up replacing it, and then replacing it with something that's outdated. Okay, so let's go ahead and drag this plugins folder right here. I'm gonna go ahead and drag that plugins folder like so. I'm pretty much done with this here, so I'm gonna go ahead and close that. So we're gonna go ahead and see if it actually installed properly. So let's go ahead and go to plugins, Lspdfr. As you can see your compilate right there, and everything else that comes with it. So we pretty much installed like 2 plugins already at this very moment in time. All right, so we are done with compilate. So let me go ahead and delete that as well. All right, and now we're gonna have other mods that you pretty much need to make your game a little bit more entertaining and do a couple things with it. So we're gonna go ahead and test all of this stuff out once we get into the game. So let's go ahead and go to this file right here, and we're gonna go ahead and pretty much do the same thing like so, and then we're gonna go ahead and open it. Let me go ahead and close this right here. Sorry guys if I'm a little bit messy. I'm not really used to doing tutorials and stuff like that. If I was just modding this game for myself, I think I will be pretty much 90% done with this at this moment in time, because everything else I pretty much know. I just have to download and just plug it in and everything like that. When I have to explain like this, it kind of throws me off a little bit. But anyways, hopefully you guys can understand me enough that you can actually install your game properly and stuff like that. All right, so let's go ahead. Just open it up right there. As you can see, it's another plugin folder. Of course, it's gonna give you a readme, but since I'm doing it, I'm showing you guys how to do it. You're probably not even gonna need a readme, but this is the readme right here. It was just on my other screen for this plugin right here, and of course it should tell you how to install it. All right, the installation right there. All right, it says copy the contents of the plugins into the GTA 5 main directory, which is what we've been doing as of late. So pretty much compilate, ultimate backup, stop the pad is pretty much the same thing. So you're just gonna go ahead and drop whatever it says like so. It does say plugins. We're just gonna go ahead and drag this and drop it right here. And once again, let's go back into our plugins folder and make sure this one is installed properly. So let's go ahead and click on that, and there you go, it's right there. So all right, it does have some configuration settings as well. You can change things around in there. We're gonna come back that later, because right now we just want to make sure the game is at least running at the very least, right? So let's go ahead and delete that. We are done with that. So now let's go ahead. I'm just gonna go ahead and skip something here. You're gonna notice that I'm gonna try and install the stop the pads folder at the very we're just gonna go ahead and install it after this. So now we're gonna go ahead and install custom pullover, right? This is a plugin that you're gonna need when you wanna how should I say? Sorry, my English is not really that good. So so this plugin right here, if you pull over somebody and you want them to stop at a specific spot, this is the mod that you do need right here. So sometimes when you do pull over somebody, they can just pull over right in the middle of traffic. So if you want to move them to the side, this is the mod that you need to have installed in your system to make sure you can manipulate a little things. We're gonna go ahead and test it out and show you guys how it works and stuff like that. All right, so let's go ahead and click on that. Almost forgot. All right, let's go ahead and close this out. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and have our files right here. At this moment in time, they are already unzipped, so we're gonna go ahead. It just goes and send you straight to all right, let me go ahead and open this up here. It's just gonna go ahead and send you straight to plugins. So let's see what the hell is inside. You're gonna have a configuration file, and it's only 2 files. It's not too bad. So let's go ahead and drop this in here. All right, let's go ahead and make sure it's in there. All right, custom pullover right there. All right, those 2 files that we just seen, they're right there. So now you are done with that. All right, and now we're gonna go ahead and delete that as well. Now let's go ahead and open up Lspdfr, and pretty much gonna be doing the same thing. All right, and I'm gonna go show you guys the difference of why we are installing Lspdfr at the very last. All right, so let's go ahead and open up Lspdfr, and now you can see you do have 2 files right here. And like I said, the reg native UI file, as you can see, this one, it says 12/19, right? So this is December 19th 2001. So this one is the latest version of reg native UI. So you're gonna need to make sure your reg native UI is up to date most of the time, and where you can get it is pretty much Lspdfr is the one application that this guy always tries to update reg native UI on this mod right here. So Lspdfr is where you're gonna find the latest reg native UI, or if it's not on Lspdfr, maybe it could be on ultimate backup, given that that's the latest thing he just updated, or it could be Compilite, given that that's the latest thing he just updated. But anyways, let's go ahead and install both of these files right here. Once you get to Lspdfr, make sure you download you install both of these files. As you can see, it says 2 files. I'm gonna go ahead and drop these 2 files right here. It's gonna say replace. Is only replacing what things that are in the plugins folder. All right, so it's gonna go ahead and install that. For the reg native UI, you can find your reg native UI right at the bottom right here. There it is, 12/19/2021. So that's the latest version you need to have in your game to make sure everything is running properly. All right, so we are done with Lspdfr right there. Go ahead and close that. Let's go ahead and open it up here and see everything is there. As you can see, Lspdfr is right there and everything else like that. All right, so you're pretty much done downloading that, and most importantly, now you're gonna need to install Script-V.net and Script-V. All right, you're gonna need these files. Pretty much the most updated one is gonna be Script-V, because they have to update Script-V every time there's a new update and everything like that. All right, so let's go ahead and install Script-V.net first. All right, and then we're gonna go ahead and pretty much do the same thing here. As you can see, while I'm doing this, it's pretty much unzipping all of these files right here, right? And while I'm doing this, if you take a look on the on my left hand side over here, so these are the files that we just downloaded right here. So you can go ahead and delete this. I'm just gonna go ahead and delete it after we are done with what we need to do right here. All right, I just want to make sure get this in here real quick. So you are still on your GTA 5 main directory at this very moment in time. All right, and what you're gonna need to do, click on your control key. What you're gonna need to highlight is this scriptbook.net ASI folder, and then you're gonna need to highlight this one, your configuration settings, and then you're gonna need to go ahead and highlight the application, this one, and then you're gonna go ahead and skip this one right here, the XML file. You don't need that, so you're gonna go ahead and highlight the scriptbookv.net 3.dll file right there, like so. So you should have yourself like 4 files highlighted right there, and then you're gonna go ahead and drop these on your main directory, and it's right there. But before we can go any further, go ahead and highlight your configuration settings like so, and just go ahead and open it. And this is the first time you're probably gonna be using your notepad. All right, so what you're gonna do is go ahead and delete that F4 right there, and then from here you're gonna go ahead and type insert. All right, just like so. All right, just like so, and just go ahead and save, not save as, and just save it like that. All right, just to make sure it got saved properly. Then we go ahead and open it again, and there you go. As you can see, reload key, set it insert. So this is an insert key on your keyboard that you're gonna be using, but I'm not gonna explain that right now. I'm gonna go ahead and possibly in the near future, I'm gonna be going into a little bit of detail as to why once we start using our script folder, that's when you're gonna be using that button right there. So that's not for right now. So we are pretty much done with the scriptbook.net like that. All right, let me go ahead and delete that. And for right now, last but not least, we're gonna go ahead and install scriptbookv. All right, and there's a lot of mods that we still need to download and install in your game to make your game even more interesting, but we're not gonna cover that right now because I don't want to make this video way too long, more than necessary. I just want to get the basics down, at least get the basics down. All right, so let's go ahead and open up the bin folder, and what you're gonna need to highlight are these 2 files right here, the scriptbookv.dll file and the bin put 8.dll file right there. So highlight those 2 and go ahead and drag and drop these 2 files in here. It's gonna say replace. Go ahead and replace these 2 files, and of course it's gonna be replacing this file right here. Let's see where it is here. Let me see where it is. It is right there. So this one is 7/24/2021. So let's see what happens, whether the date changes if we click replace. So let me go ahead and replace that. All right, let's see what it says now. This thing is a little bit annoying, to be honest. All right, does it change the date? It actually changes the date to 5/2/2015, but it should work. It should work. All right, don't worry about that. It should work. All right, so let's go ahead and close this right here. The most important thing that you really need to keep in mind is that reg native UI folder right there. You really need to pay attention to that one. Make sure it is up to date. All right, so let me go ahead and erase all of this, and make sure you get your, so this is my recycle bin right here. As you can see, all the files that I just installed, and we're gonna go ahead and recycle my recycle bin. All these 16 files, there you go. We don't need that anymore. All right, so after you are done with that, and then you're gonna go ahead and come to this reg native reg plugin hook for application right here. You're just gonna go ahead and right click that and go to send to, and then create a desktop shortcut on that. All right, I'm not gonna close my page right now. So once you have created the shortcut, is right here. Go ahead and pin that to your pin that to your taskbar right there. I don't know why it's not showing the the Resident Evil folder like that, but it is what it is. But before we can go any further, now we need to go ahead and do a little bit of modification to our files to make sure there's no files that are using the same buttons and everything like that, because you're going to be downloading a lot of mods. I'm going to be doing a lot of tutorials, and you're better off doing this now than later. So let's go ahead and open up the Lspdfr file right there. All right, and then we're gonna go ahead and go to keys right there. All right, we're gonna go ahead and modify the keys right here. I do have a couple notes on how I need to do this, so I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at my notes here real quick, but I'm gonna leave this here. I'm gonna be taking a look on my other screen to make sure I have this information correctly. So yeah. All right, so I think I just opened up. This is my notes right here. All right, these are my notes right here. I don't know if I should put it on the side or anything like that. You know what, let's go ahead and do it together. Why not? Let's go ahead and do it together right here. All right, so at the very top of it, I will recommend that you copy this word none like so. Just go ahead and Control C and copy that. So we're gonna go ahead and follow what my notes says right here. It's gonna save you a lot of headache, trust me. So go ahead and do just that. You can go ahead and do it on your own while I'm trying to find my way through this list right here. So first and foremost, we're gonna go ahead and says menu, pursuit menu, control key. Let's go ahead and erase this and Control C, so it's gonna be none. What, I did not copy this. Well, what's going on? All right, so let me go ahead and Control V. There you go, it is none. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go down the list right here. So make sure you have what I have on this side. All right, what I have on this side, I'm gonna copy what to this side right here, because I'm actually doing this for my Lspdfr videos. So I'm not uploading anything right now because I need to modify my game. As like I said, this is a fresh install right here. So let's go ahead and go to the next one. Is gonna be crime report. We're gonna go ahead and Control V that. All right, and then we're gonna go ahead and down here. All right, just go ahead and follow along on this sheet right here. Go ahead and go down. All right, I'm gonna try and leave everything as it is, what I need to leave it with. And of course, perform arrest right here, go ahead and erase that and make it a capital I, like so. All right, we are right here right now. This is where we are right now. All right, go ahead and make that a capital I. As you can see, it's right there as well on my notes. All right, and then go ahead, go down. All right, all right, go ahead and take a look at that. And then here it says stop pads underscore key. So let's go ahead and make this a capital I as well, just like that. Make sure it's a capital I. All right, so this is where we are right now. This is where we are right now. All right, was it stop and frisk? No, this is not the right one. This is not the right one. So put it back to Q. This is where we need to be right here. Yeah, it can be a little bit confusing. So this is where we are right now. Stop the pads key right here. Make this one a capital I right there. All right, I'm gonna try and make sure I keep up with what's going on over here. All right, so right now we're just gonna go ahead and go down here. Of course, I'm gonna go ahead and check everything. And of course, if I'm missing anything, guys, that I missed anything, let me know in the comment section, man. Say, you know what, bro, you missed something. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and go correct my stuff. I'm allowed to make some mistakes as well. I don't know everything, so I learned this from somebody else, so I'm just passing on the information. All right, so let's go ahead and I think this is where we are right now. accept callouts, right? This is where we are right now. All right, let's go down. I think this one right here, accept callouts right here. Just gonna go ahead and change it over here to none. So control V that. All right, leave it at none like that, and everything else leave it the same. All right. What do we have here? Traffic stop controller key. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and change this A to a control V right there. So we're gonna go ahead and leave it at none, and then traffic interaction key right here. This is where we are right now. So we're gonna go ahead and change it over this side to a capital I as well. All right, and then we're gonna go ahead and go down here. Apartment save key is gonna be E. Gonna leave it as it is. All right. I'm trying to make sure I'm not missing anything here, guys. So if I am, please understand that I can make some mistakes as well. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and change this key to a Q. You can leave it as it is if you want, but for me, I'm gonna go ahead and change it to a Q. All right, right there. I think it's already a Q, so what the hell am I talking about? But anyways, let's go down here, and then you're gonna go ahead and check. It says toggle computer, police computer key right here. All right, we're gonna go ahead and change this X to a control V right there. All right, so it's gonna be a none, and then we're gonna go ahead backup menu. That's for what do you call it? That's for ultimate backup. If you want to use ultimate backup, you can go ahead and change this to a control V like I am, or you can leave it as it is, but you're gonna need to change a key on your ultimate backup folder to change it to something else, because it is actually a B2 if I'm not mistaken. So if you press B for the Lspdfr file, is gonna show you the what do you call it? It's gonna show you the backup menu. If you don't want to use or you can leave it as none. I like to use ultimate backup, so I'm just gonna go ahead and leave it as none, just like that. I think we're just about done here. I think the other thing, backup menu control key. All right, backup menu control key, this is where we are. So we're gonna go ahead and erase that to a control V and leave it as none like that. All right, and I think we are pretty much done. So once you are done with that, go ahead and click save. All right, first and foremost, click save. After you have done after you've clicked save, it's already saved in your game, and then you can go back into it, because this one is going to be saving as your notes for the next time you actually do install Lspdfr. Then you can actually go ahead and click save as, and then you can save it anywhere you want on your computer, as long as you know where you can find it, just in case you need it again, so that next time if you have to do this again, you don't really have to watch my videos. All right, you don't really have to be on YouTube and clicking and screaming and all of that. All you can do is just look at your notes and make sure you have it just like that. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and click out of that, and I'm gonna go ahead and click out of that, and now we're gonna go to the bottom of it. It says Lspdfr configurations right here. Just gonna go ahead and open this up as well, and then of course you're gonna be opening up this window right here, and I do have some notes as well for this. It's not too long, probably just gonna be changing one or two things or something like that, but I have to be sure what I'm doing, so I'm just gonna go ahead and look at my notes here real quick. All right, so these are my notes right here. All right, we're not gonna be changing too much on this folder right here. So first and foremost, what the hell, stay right here, god damn. As you can see right here, it says reload all models. like that. I'm just gonna go ahead and change this one to false as it is. All right, just go ahead and change that to false. Make sure it's small letters as well, just like that. Change it to false, and then we're gonna go ahead and check it says ambient disable player flashlight override. You're gonna need to change this to true because you're gonna be using stop the pad. So if you are using stop the pad, make sure you change this to true. All right, just like so. I think everything else is fine. Just go ahead and change this one right here. As you can see, for my note it says true, so go ahead and change yours to true as well, like so. All right, and once you are done with that, I think we are pretty much done with that. All right, so go ahead and click save. Go ahead and go back into it and click save as, and then save it to where you want to save it as your notes. For next time you want to do this, you have it with you instead of like I said, man, having to go through all the trouble watching videos and stuff like that. And once you do learn how to modify GTA 5 and Lspdfr, this is gonna be easy for you. So you already have the information, and of course you can always change all of these settings right here, especially the keys over here. You can always change this information right here if you don't feel like it's for you, or if you feel like it's not really what you want out of the game. You can always change it back to where it was. All you gotta do pretty much install Lspdfr again, just the files itself, or you can just go ahead and tag and go back into oh shit, I already deleted all the files. I was gonna show you how you can do it, but once you have all your regwork for plugin shortcut already pinned to your taskbar, you can go ahead and delete this. All right, let's go ahead and delete this, and then we're gonna go ahead. This thing is so annoying. This thing is so annoying. You're gonna go ahead and recycle your bin like that, because you don't really need that folder. You already have it right here. All right, but we're gonna go back. Let me go back to my folder right here. I think there's a couple things we need to change. All right, so now you are back to your GTA 5 main directory right here, and what we're gonna go into now is our plugins folder, because there's some things that we need to change to our plugins to make sure that we do have a smooth game and everything like that. All right, so go ahead and go to your plugins, Lspdfr, and now we're gonna modify some of these configurations over here that we just installed. All right, so let's go ahead and open up the very last one for ultimate backup. Let's go ahead and open that up. All right, there's not really much I'm going to be changing here. As like I said, in the next episode or so, I'm going to do an in-depth look into these mods right here, just to show you guys there's a lot of stuff you might need to change, but I don't want to make this video too long, because we just spent like 10 years doing the keys and everything like that. So I want to make sure we get the basics down to the bone at least. So at least before my video comes out on how to install some of this stuff, you already playing your game, at the very least. That's what I'm looking for. As you can see, like I said, when we're doing the keys for ultimate backup, the key is already B. So if you are using ultimate backup, you don't really need it for your Lspdfr as well, because just gonna go ahead and show you two menus. I don't think you will like that. Dismissal key, and of course if you do have if you call for backup and you don't really want those officers still around you, you can go ahead and dismiss everybody by just pressing enter on your keyboard. That would pretty much dismiss everybody. I think for right now we're just gonna go ahead and leave this as it is. All right, I don't really think there's anything for me to change here, unless you really want to do this right now. You can come to the very bottom of it right here. It says the length of the taser laser beam. This is what, like, when you point a taser on somebody, you're gonna see like a laser beam. For me, I find it very annoying, to be honest. So I like to disable this and just leave it as 0. So just highlight that 40 and just click it, put a 0 just like that. All right, so when you point the taser on somebody, it's not gonna show a laser beam or anything like that, but you can I think you can see a dot on the person that you're pointing it to. Even if you manage to shoot them with the taser, it's gonna work. But I just don't like to seeing the taser myself. You can leave this as it is and try it for the first time and see how you like it. If you like it, you can keep it. If you don't like it, like me, just go ahead and leave it as 0, and then you're gonna go ahead and save this. There's no need for you to do I mean, you can save as well and keep it as notes for some other time you do manage to install ultimate backup. But once you have installed ultimate backup, when you have to update the folder, you can only update the DLL file. So that's the only thing you can actually update. So your settings pretty much stay the same. The new update comes, all you need to do is just pick up the ultimate backup DLL file and just put it back here. That's all you need to replace. Pretty much the same thing for Stop the Pad as well. Once you make the settings right here, when the backup comes, all you need to do is replace this file right here, so you don't really mess up with your settings anymore. So due to that fact, I don't really think you need to make any notes for this. But if you do want to make some notes for this, please do go ahead and make some notes for that. But right now, let's go ahead and get into our Stop the Pad right here. This is where I make a couple of changes myself, because this is what I'm used to. You can keep this just like mine if you want, or you can go ahead and test the game out yourself and then see which buttons you want to use and everything like that. For me, for Stop the Pad, I like to keep this as a capital A, just like that. All right, just capital A like that, and then come to the bottom right here. I'm just gonna go ahead and leave that. I think we're gonna go into depth on Stop the Pad and everything like that on the next episode. Right now, I just want to make sure I get to the basics as much as possible. All right, and I think we're just gonna go ahead and leave that as it is for right now. There's a lot of stuff here, especially for Stop the Pad, that we're gonna need to get into in a little bit more depth. So I don't want to waste too much time at this very moment in time. All right, you can still play your game as it is. It's gonna be fine. But if you want to fine-tune everything, that's when I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys in depth on how you can fine-tune your game to make it a little bit more realistic and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and close out of that. All right, custom pullover. Let me just go ahead and open this up and see what the hell is going on in there. All right, so for custom pullover, if you want to like the vehicle that you just pulled over, if you want them to pull over maybe a little bit more on the side of the road and everything like that, all you have to do is Control R like that. As you can see, left Control R will initiate the mimic me thing, and then the driver is gonna follow what you are doing. So if you pull over to the side, the driver is gonna do pretty much the same thing. And then to disengage that, go ahead and click left Control R again, and then you stop doing what you're doing, and then they will just pull over like that. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and do a little bit of showcase in the near future on that one. So we're just gonna go ahead and leave this as it is at this moment in time, and we're gonna go ahead and take a look at Compilite right here. For me, this is the part that I actually do change over here. So let me go ahead. I like to the open menu for this, I like to keep mine as Q, just like so. All right, I don't really think there's too much for me to do here. And if you're outside of your vehicle as well, if you want to or should I say the laptop or whatever you want to call it, all you can do is left Control 0 on your number pad. So it's left Control like that right here, left Control and the number past 0, it will bring out the tablet. All right, so you can do all your what do you call it, your arrest report like that once if you're outside of your vehicle. All right, so that's pretty much that at this very moment in time. Let me see at the bottom here. I guess here you can modify like how many hours it takes for the results to come back from the code and everything. Like if you arrest somebody, create an arrest report, how many hours, as you can see it says in hours. So in 48 hours you're gonna get your results back. I'm actually amazed how this thing actually counts 48 hours for everything to come back. I don't really modify this part right here, I just leave it as it is. So let's go ahead and save this here real quick. All right, I think we are pretty much done. Let's go ahead and open up this one. This one you can change it because we're gonna be installing some other mods as well. So I like to keep mine the initiation to turn it on and off. I like to keep this one as F7. So go ahead and change that to F7, and when we do install manual, you understand why we are keeping this at F7 right there. All right, so go ahead and do that and keep it at F7 and go ahead and click save. All right, and then we're gonna go ahead and exit that. I think that's pretty much it what we need to do here, unless there's something else that I'm missing. Go ahead and check some of this stuff here before we go any further. You don't really need this document right here, so just go ahead and delete this. Like, this is what I was saying before, man. You don't really need unnecessary documents on your game like that. You don't really need it. So if you don't need it, please do take it out of your game. All right, charges and citations, we're going to be changing this soon, because this one is like a default that comes with Compilite. But if you want to change it to something a little bit more interesting with more charges, with more citations and stuff like that, we're going to be changing this in the near future. But right now we just concentrated on making sure you have all the basics down to the bone. All right, so at this very moment in time, man, you have successfully installed the GTA 5. Now you can close out of that window right there, and now what we're gonna do is run Lspdfr for the first time. And of course, as you can see, I'm hovering over my reg plugin hook right here. So let's go ahead and double click that. It's gonna give you the first install of the game. As you can see, you're gonna be met with this window right here, and you have to click accept, because if you don't accept, you're not gonna be playing Lspdfr. All right, so let's go ahead and click accept, and then it's gonna do this initiation right there, and then it's gonna ask you to back up your game. Please do back up your game. All right, and at the very end of this episode, I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of a hint of how you can make sure your game is backed up and everything like that. All right, so go ahead and click yes. It's not gonna hurt you. It's gonna be, I mean, you're gonna thank me later. Let me just put it that way. All right, so it's gonna go ahead and create the backup folder for your game. All right, for the version that you have right now, just in case Rockstar actually update the game, you can actually still play Lspdfr with the old update. So this is what it's doing right now. It's just making sure your your game is updated, and you can always revert to the old version to keep playing Lspdfr. All right, and there you go. So that's done right there. There should be another window coming up here real quick. All right, there you go. So in this window right here, I'm not really gonna change too much, but the as you can see, plugin playout timeout threshold right here, right now it is set at 10,000, right? But I'm gonna advise you to change this. You can put it at 5,000, or you can put it at 6,000. For me, I'm gonna go ahead and keep it as 6,000 right here. All right, That's the threshold in which, like, sometimes, I don't know, sometimes you might need to and the other thing, guys, before you can run the game, make sure your I mean your virus software is turned off, because sometimes some of these mods do not really play well. I mean, if you have this installed, you will always recognize this as like a harmful thing for your computer, but it's actually not. So make sure you try and make sure this one is turned off. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn off mine right now before we can proceed any further. All right, because sometimes it doesn't allow you to run the game if you have your virus stuff turned off. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn off mine right here. I'm gonna go ahead and go to when I restart my computer. It's gonna go ahead and turn on my antivirus back on when I restart my computer. So let me go ahead and turn this off right there. All right, as you can see, you're gonna get this notice right here. It says your stuff is turned off. You should turn it on, but you want to play the game right now. So let me go ahead and close that, and then I'm gonna go right back and edit again. And what I'm gonna do now is turn off my firewall as well. Okay, not gonna hurt your computer. Your computer will be fine. All right, let's go ahead and turn this off as well. All right, go ahead and turn this off as well. All right, now that's turned off. Let me make sure, as you can see, it's turned off. It's turned off right there. And now we're gonna go into plugins folder right here, and you can see don't load any plugins on the startup, but I like to load all my plugins as startup. So let's go ahead and say load all these plugins as startup, and then we're gonna say load all plugins on startup right there. It's already checked, and if everything is all right, and we're gonna go ahead and check over here. And the other thing, guys, if you want to make sure that you installed everything correctly and your game version is correct with the Lspdfr plugin you just installed, if you check at the very bottom right here, you're gonna see that it says GTA. It's gonna be in green like this if everything is matching up. If it's not matching up, it's gonna be in red. So make sure you get this checked out over here. And if you do have the latest script V, it's gonna go ahead and show you that it's gonna go ahead and show in green right here. You are in the latest version of Lspdfr, and at the very least script V. If you don't have the latest script V, it's not gonna allow you to log in into the game. As you can see here, if you go to revert, just in case you do have a new, there's a new update or something like that, it's gonna show you it's gonna give you an option to revert to the old version right here. As you can see right now, this is the version that we are on, and it is very much supported. All right, so that means at this very moment in time, we are good to go. Okay, so now you're pretty much done with that. We're gonna go ahead and leave the cancel key at F4, and of course change this to 60,000 like I just did. And once you're done with that, go ahead and click save, and we're gonna launch the game. All right, just go ahead and say settings, image edition, whatever. Just go ahead and click OK, and then Reg is gonna go ahead and do his thing and start off the game. All right. as you can see right now, guys, the game is actually initiating everything on script hook. On Red script hook is pretty much hooking up everything with the game. As you can see, it's loading up the story mode at the same time as well. So it's gonna go ahead and log in. So if you see this on your screen right here, that means you'll be able to go into the game, but don't get your hopes up until you are actually inside the game, and then we're gonna go ahead and go from there. All right. Alrighty, guys, as you can see, new console commands added into the game. So we are actually getting into the game now. So I'm a little bit excited that my game is actually working. So it's gonna go ahead and send me back to Franklin. This is where I left off when I was playing my story mode. So we're gonna go ahead and make our way to the station, and to make sure that you actually installed everything correctly, we're just gonna go ahead and check up a few things here. I know this video is long, man, but I had to make sure I actually do it justice and make sure I explain everything as much as I can. And if your Reg plugin hook and everything is working, your Lspdfr is working, when you do log into the game, you're gonna see these markers right here. This is a police station, right? So we're gonna see these markers here all over the map, just like so. This is a police station right here. This is another police station right here. But we're gonna be going into let me see, which police station should we go to? The main headquarters. Where is it? Is it like this one? Yeah, I think it's this one right here. So we're gonna go ahead and teleport to this point right here. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and show you guys some of the spots where you can find police stations. Like there's one right there, there's one right there, and then there's one right here by the airport as well. I think there's some in Sandy Shores as well. You can see there's one right here. Some of this is just like a little bit of a stop by type of thing, and then you get another huge police station right here. It's not really a huge one, but this is where you can play as a sheriff and stuff like that. And you got one in Palito Bay over here as well, so you can go ahead and teleport over this side if you want. I think that's pretty much it in terms of that. So if you see these marks over here, if you log into your game, that means your script will your Lspdfr is working properly. But this is where we want to go, right here to this police station, and I'm gonna go ahead and put my way to marker just right there, and then I'm gonna go ahead and clock out. And if you press delete on your computer, or maybe not this time, I think there's a couple mods you need to install, and then from there you can actually press delete, and then it will teleport you to the waypoint. But we're gonna go ahead and try to do it manually, so go ahead and press F4 just like that, and then you're gonna go ahead and type in teleport. All right, and then it's gonna give you an option to teleport to position, and we're gonna need this one that says teleport to waypoint, right? So on your computer, on your down arrow, go ahead and select that, and then you're gonna go ahead and click the tab key on your keyboard like that. It's gonna go ahead and initiate the whole thing, and then you're gonna go ahead and press the space bar on your keyboard, and then you're gonna go ahead and press tab again, and then you're gonna go ahead and press enter. All right, it should be able to teleport you to the waypoint just like so. All right, and then you're gonna go ahead and click F4 again, and then you're gonna be right here to this police station right here. All right, so everything else is just gonna go ahead and load up right here. And of course, remember guys, this is a fresh install right here, so everything is gonna go ahead and maybe look a little bit fuzzy for the first time, but we're gonna go ahead and do all the setup that we do need, and then you're gonna go ahead and step into this police station right here. If you see this right here, man, you're almost right there. All right, the hard part is pretty much done, and then you're gonna go in here, and then you're gonna go into this blue marker right here, and then you're gonna go ahead and it says press this key on your controller to open the local root menu. So let's go ahead and open that up. All right, so once you are on this menu right here, it's gonna give you an option to go on duty. So go ahead and go on duty, and as you can see on the left bottom right there, and then it's gonna give you this menu right here to select a character. All right, somebody, I mean, you're gonna need to create maybe like a character that kind of resembles you in some shape or form. This is what I like to do. Is, I mean, if you take a look at my gaming channel, mostly I use like one character, and that character, I feel like it resembles me in some shape or form. So we're gonna go ahead and create another one, because I do need to create another one, because for my last one it's not gonna work. So as you can see, you're gonna get this option right here. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and select male, just like so. And if you keep clicking on your D-pad left on your controller, it's gonna go ahead and show you a couple of examples. I'm doing this to get to a point where there's a haircut that I like. I think I just skipped it out already, so let me go ahead and do this as slow as possible, so that I don't skip that haircut, because I like my haircut looking nice. All right, you can always select the haircut, like I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys here in a bit. This is not what I want. Oh shit, I just skipped. All right, this is the haircut that I want right here. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and change this guy into a black man here real quick. Let's go ahead and go to heritage. All right, I think I know who my mom is. Let me see. All right, we'll go ahead and select Miss Yasmin over here. She's gonna be my mother. And of course, I'm gonna look for a black dad. Oh, that's a white dude. All right, let's go ahead and look for a black dad here real quick. All right. All right, that's my... Oh, that guy looks too angry. Anyways, oh, there's Nico. There's Nico right there. All right, let me go. You know what, we're just gonna go ahead. You know what, that's my dad right there. Look at this jaw though. But we can go ahead and tweak things around here to make sure my jaw doesn't look that stupid. But yeah, skin tone, I don't really mind too much about skin tone, but let's see which one is better. I resemble my mom a lot, so I like my mom. So let me go ahead and resemble my mom a little bit more. All right, so I think that looks pretty okay. All right, I think that looks pretty okay. We're gonna go ahead and let's see, on the features here, you can customize the features and everything like that. Let's see here, cheeks, but that doesn't look good, does it? Nah. All right, let me go ahead and leave it to custom. All right, there's no custom no more. I think I'm a little bit black for sure, so I do have a black skin. All right, so let's go ahead and keep this. I'm satisfied with that. Let's go ahead and save it. You can go ahead and save it the name you want. Let me see if Mr. Dilly works here. All right, let me see if that's gonna be accepted here. Mr. Dilly. All right, it does. One or more invalid characters. Maybe the dot doesn't work. All right, let's see. All right, name is too short. All right, let's go ahead and keep Anthony Jack. I don't know why it does not allow you to use that, so we're gonna go ahead and use Anthony Jack as our character. And of course, guys, I'm just gonna go ahead, I'm probably gonna go ahead and change this at some other time. All right, so we have created our character right there. We're gonna go ahead and go into the locker room right here, and in this locker room right here, you can go ahead and check some of the agencies. All right, this is LSPD right here. You can go ahead and get the uniform. You don't really get, there's not really too much of the uniform right here. Very soon we're gonna be installing the menu and everything like that. We're going to be installing new uniforms, So it's gonna get, the menu is gonna get a little bit more interesting. Let's go ahead and check and look at what's going on over here. They're gonna get the FIB as well. As you can see, you can change the clothing. All right, just like that. And then let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on over here. All right, so this menu is not really complete because we don't really have everything that we do need to have on this menu right here. But let's go ahead and click confirm, and then we're just gonna go ahead and wear this uniform for now. And let's go to the garage here and pick up a vehicle. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get into the garage here and pick up a vehicle. And of course, in the later time, we're gonna be changing the vehicles and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and let me see if I can pick up which one. You know, let me go ahead and pick up this one. Let's go ahead and click select and continue. All right, guys, so now you are outside, and you're gonna get that notification right there. It says Los Santos Police Department, you are now on duty. So now you are ready to respond to some calls. All right, if you press what is this, L3 on your keyboard, I mean on your controller, you're gonna go ahead and get the lights like that and the siren as well. And of course, we're gonna be changing these things to make it a little bit more interesting. We're gonna be adding ELS vehicles and stuff like that. Let's go ahead and go try to pull over somebody. All right, let's go ahead and go pull over somebody here real quick. And I do apologize for how long this video has turned out to be, because I really did not want it to be this long, to be honest. And if you want to pull over somebody, just go ahead and go behind them, get the siren on, and all you can press is left shift key. All right, left shift key on your control or on your keyboard is gonna go ahead and initiate the traffic stop. All right, so this guy right now is pretty much maybe waiting for the light to open, and once the light opens, he's gonna go ahead and pull over for us, and we're gonna go ahead and try out our custom pullover as well. All right, just to make sure it works. So right now I'm just waiting for this guy to pull over. All right, so he's gonna be pulling over now. All right, he's gonna be pulling over now. All right, so now let's say I am not satisfied with where he stopped. I want him to maybe cross over the light or something like that. All I need to do right now is left control key and R like that, and then it's gonna initiate the mimic me scheme going on over here. As you can see right now, I'm driving forward, and it's gonna be driving forward. If I turn this way, it's gonna turn that way as well. Let me go ahead and turn this way again. All right, let me go ahead and go straight, and then gonna go to the side over here. As you can see, he's mimicking me right now. He's doing what I'm doing. And let's say I just found, you know what, I want him to stop right there, and I don't want him to copy me anymore. It's left control key and then the R again right there, and then it's gonna get that notification says it's no longer mimicking you like that. All right, and then now I can move closer to the vehicle. Okay, now I can move closer to the vehicle, and now let's go ahead and check out our Compulite application that we just installed. And our key that I did install for me was Q, so I'm gonna go ahead and press Q. And then when you do press Q, you're gonna get this menu right here. And if you go ahead and get to this menu, vehicle records, and it's gonna go ahead and get that information from the vehicle that I just pulled over. And then you're gonna go ahead and click on that. You're gonna see what the hell is going on with this vehicle. And as you can see right now, this vehicle does have an expired registration on the vehicle, and it does belong to Bob Springs. So let's go ahead and see the view owner records. Let's go ahead and click on that. As you can see, Mr. yo man, this guy has an arrest warrant. All right, so this guy has an arrest warrant right here, and he's driving whilst his license is expired for 254 days. So this guy should be going to prison right now. And on top of that, is going to be getting a citation for all right, for driving while with an expired driver's license, and for driving with an expired insurance as well. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and take this guy out of the vehicle here real quick. And like I said, man, remember that thing that we changed on our, what do you call it, on our taser? I'm gonna go ahead and use my taser to get this guy out of the vehicle. All right, so go ahead and select your taser. All right, why do I not have my taser? Why do I not have my taser right now? I thought maybe it just comes with the game. But anyways, I guess we're gonna go ahead and experiment that at some other time. But right now, I need to get this guy out of the vehicle. So you're gonna go ahead and point your gun on the vehicle. As you can see that dot right there is pointing at the guy. And then on your left pad key, what do you call it, D-pad left, you're gonna go ahead and press that, and then you're gonna go ahead and see that takedown thing on your right bottom right side, and then he's gonna go ahead and surrender like that. And then you're gonna go ahead and approach him and make sure, all right, make sure he's all right. And then when you get close to him enough and get to a position where you can arrest him, you're gonna go ahead and get this notification right here. It says press, and that is D-pad left key. You're gonna go ahead and press that, and then you're gonna get that notification saying coughing, right? So this guy is now under arrest at this moment in time. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and use stop the pad as well. So you're gonna go ahead and press that left D-pad key as well. All right, and now we want to go ahead and press D-pad down, and we're gonna go ahead and select grab. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and move this guy out of traffic right here. So all right, we're gonna go ahead and move it out of traffic. All right, and then we're gonna go ahead and press our left D-pad key again. Or is that left D-pad? No, right D-pad. Oh my god, man, it's our right D-pad key. We're gonna go ahead and press it again, and then we're gonna go ahead and release them. All right, so now we can go ahead and search this guy if we want, or we can do, if you want, you can go ahead and press D-pad right like that, and then go ahead and go to
Citizens report a possible 211 at Bob Mullet Salon.
All right, I don't want to be doing I don't want to be doing that call right now, but just go ahead and ignore that. You can go ahead and press this right here. All right, and you can request the information about the pad, and then you just go ahead and click on that, and then you're gonna be talking to dispatch, and dispatch is gonna let you know whether this guy actually does have an arrest warrant or anything like that. As you can see, he does have an arrest warrant, just like so. And if you want to pat him down, you're gonna go ahead and press your D-pad right again, just like so, and go ahead and press pat down the pad. But for me, I like to keep my screen clean every time I do, maybe like do a patrol or anything like that. So you can go ahead and press F10. All right, F10 is gonna go ahead and initiate a pat down for this guy right here. So we are pretty much patting this guy down right now. Okay, so we are petting this guy right now, and what we have found on his person, a few tablets in a plastic container, and we have found a bag of meth as well. So he's in possession of methamphetamine at the same time. All right, and just in case you want to make sure this guy is not gonna maybe like try to run or anything like that, go ahead and press your D-pad right again, and then go ahead and press nail the pad down, and then if you press that, it's just gonna go ahead and nail into that position right there. And then you can go ahead and approach the vehicle, and now you want to search the vehicle, and once again you can go ahead and just press the D-pad left, D-pad left like that. What the hell is this guy doing? Alright, just go ahead and press F10. Alright, F10 is gonna go ahead and search the vehicle like so. Okay, oh, instead of pressing the D-pad left right or D-pad right, you can go ahead and press G on your keyboard. It's gonna go ahead and bring up the vehicle menu. But right now, as you can see, we just found a a shotgun and a handgun on the vehicle. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Let me go ahead and press G and see what happens. This is one other part of stop the pad right here. As you can see, you can still request the pad. If you press G, you can still request the pad information. You can request the vehicle information. You can call for a transport, all right, for the suspect. All right, you can search the car as well. You can obtain the plate number of the vehicle. Once you just like close to the vehicle like I am right now, request the obtain the plate number. You can request tow of the vehicle. That's what we're going to be doing very soon. And you can call the insurance company to come and get the vehicle, given that maybe it's like a stolen vehicle or something like that. You can go ahead and call the insurance company, but we're not going to be doing that right now. I think this one has turned out to be a perfect stop right here so that I can show you guys pretty much everything. So now remember those tablets that we just found on this person. Now you want to find out what those tablets are, right? All you can do now is press G on your keyboard, all right, and then it's gonna give you some of this information right here. Once you are behind the vehicle, you can grab yourself a rifle at the back of the vehicle. Let's go ahead and grab a rifle here real quick. All right, it's gonna close, and then if you press G again, you're gonna go ahead and it's gonna give you this option right here to check the evidence, right? We did find a couple of guns inside the vehicle as well, but right now let's go ahead and check and take a look at what those tablets are. So let's go ahead and press that. All right, it's gonna go ahead and give you this option right here. So we're gonna go ahead and check what those tablets are, and then it's gonna give you a couple options of what those tablets could be. So now it's time for you to find out what those tablets are. So let's go ahead and see if it's Molly's or anything like that. All right, and that one comes back negative. Let's go ahead and check the bottom one. It could be LSD. All right, so this is the LSD kit. That's negative. Could it be fentanyl? You don't know at this point. You just want to make sure you find out. As you can see, it's come back as positive for fentanyl, and you don't really need to check the last one because you already know what it is. And then you can go ahead and close out the menu. You can go ahead and click G again, and now you want to go ahead and check what those guns, whether those guns are registered to him or are they stolen guns. So you're gonna go ahead and check, take a look at the weapon serial check number. So we're gonna go ahead and click on that. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and take a look at those guns here real quick. We're gonna start with the shotgun. Let's go ahead and take a look at the shotgun and see what it is. All right, so it belongs to Bob Springs. So that is Bob Springs right there. Does he have any gun registrations and stuff like that? I don't know, but we're gonna go ahead and take a look at the computer here real quick, and let's take a look at the handgun here real quick. All right, take a look at the handgun. The handgun does belong to him as well. All right, so now let's say you are outside of the vehicle like I am right now. You don't want to go back to your vehicle to be on to access the computer. Now you can go ahead and access the tablet and everything like that. So all you can do is left control key and number 0 on your number pad, and then you're gonna come up with this menu right here. It's pretty much the same menu as it was for when you're inside the vehicle. All right, so now you can check some court cases. We don't have any court cases right now because we have not charged this guy with anything. So right now you're gonna go ahead and check that information about the vehicle owner. As you can see, it does have an expired expired driver's license, and he has a warrant as well. So now we go ahead and create a citation for this guy. We're gonna go ahead and go to document related. He's driving with the driver's license whilst expired. All right, expired driver's license for more than 30 days, right? We're gonna go ahead and give him that citation as well. And he's driving with an expired insurance, right? Not with driving with let's see here, expired insurance. Where is it? So there you go, expired insurance right there. So we're gonna go ahead and highlight that and make sure it does have that tick mark right there. And now you can submit. You can go ahead and go to open action menu, click on that, and then you're gonna go ahead and submit your citations. And as you can see, it comes at the very top of it right there. Expired driver's license for more than 30 days and expired vehicle insurance as well. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and hand them over those two citations. But now we want to go ahead and create an arrest report for this guy. And as you can see here, in terms of gun permits, he does not have any gun permits. He's not on parole, he's not on probation or anything like that. As you can see, his arrest report at this very moment in time, he does have an arson charge to his person, and he was arrested for, I guess it was a matter of a police officer. I don't know why he's out here. He was charged with a hate crime, disturbing the peace as well. So in addition to that, we're gonna go ahead and charge this guy with possession of, as you can see here, there's some traffic charges that we can charge this guy with. Or maybe we can go ahead and see if he was driving under the influence of any kind. So right now we do know that he's carrying some fentanyl. All right, gonna go ahead and charge him with possession of fentanyl. And then we're gonna go ahead and see here where the gun charge is at. Let me see. Possession of a deadly weapon by a felon. Maybe that's not. Let's just go ahead and say illegal possession of a firearm. Even though it's two, you don't really get to pick and choose, like you can count this as like a two charges or anything like that, because I'm pretty sure each gun carries its own charge and everything like that. Let's just say illegal possession of a firearm, and we can go ahead and charge him with possession of a deadly weapon as well. You could say by a felon, but at the same time, since he does have an arrest warrant, let's just say by a felon as well. All right, and then that's pretty much it. And then you can go ahead and open action menu, click on that, and then you're gonna go ahead and submit your charges. And as you take a look at here, we do have possession of a stolen possession of a deadly weapon by a felon charge. We do have possession of a deadly weapon, illegal possession of a firearm is our 3 charges as well, and then possession of fentanyl right there is the other charge. So since this is our first arrest, we're gonna go ahead and go to court cases. As you can see, we do have 2 court cases for this guy right here. I'm pretty sure the first one is gonna be for citations. Yep, it's for citations. As you can see, we do have expired driver's expired insurance, and we do have expired driver's license as well. You can actually reveal the outcome of what happened to this guy right here. So let's go ahead and reveal that and see what he had to do. He had to pay a total fine of $405 for all it for these 2 fines. As you can see, $182 for expired insurance and $223 for an expired driver's license for more than 30 days. And now these are felony charges that we actually just booked this guy for. Now you can actually take a look at what the outcome was for all of these 4 charges. So let's go ahead and review that. As you can see, he paid a total fine of $9,447, and he's gonna serve 3 years in prison. And those 3 years come for possession of fentanyl. He's gonna be spending 3 years on that, and he actually was fined $5,000 for it. And for the other 3, he actually was granted probation. So you could say this guy got himself a really good lawyer. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. And the other thing that you can actually check on this guy, I'm just gonna go ahead and do this as an example here for this guy here real quick. Let's go ahead and you're gonna go ahead and click your D-pad right again, and then you can ask him to get up. All right, once he does that, you can go ahead and go close to him like that. All right, and then you're gonna go ahead and click that D-pad right again, and then you can go ahead and go to the bottom here. It says breathalyzer test. You're gonna go ahead and test them for a breath sample and make sure he was not driving under the influence of alcohol. All right, so right now this boy just performed that task. As you can see, blood alcohol level, it came back at 0, so that means this guy was not driving under the influence of alcohol. And then you can go ahead and check at the very bottom as well. All right, let's go ahead and do a drug swap as well. You can actually check whether this guy is under the influence of narcotics or anything like that. So let's go ahead and check on that. All right,
Thanks.
all right, so there you go. It's come back negative. So now you want to go ahead and take this guy into the station yourself, or we're gonna go ahead and take him to the station ourselves. So let's go ahead and click on the right pad right here. If you don't want to take him to the station yourself, you can actually go ahead and request a transport for this guy. The transport is gonna come and pick him up, and then you're gonna go ahead and continue with your patrol. But for this exercise right here, we're gonna go ahead and take him in ourselves. And then if you want to go ahead and tow this vehicle right here, you're gonna go ahead and press G on your keyboard, and then you're gonna get this menu right here. You're gonna go ahead and request a tow truck right there. You're gonna go ahead and request tow, and then the tow truck is gonna come and pick up the vehicle, and then it's gonna give you an option which vehicle, which tow truck vehicle do you want to come and pick up the vehicle. For me, I always try to respect people's cars, so I always get the flatbed to come and pick up the vehicle so that it doesn't get dragged around or anything like that. So let's go ahead and do just that.
Flatbed. Assistance required in Pillbox Hill.
All right, so the truck bed is gonna go ahead and come and pick up the vehicle. As for right now though, let's go ahead and take this guy and grab him. All right, this is what you can do to grab him. And then if you want to put him at the back of your vehicle, just come to the back of your vehicle, and then as soon as you come to the back of your vehicle, you're gonna get this menu right here saying put inside the vehicle rear seat, or you can put him at the front of the vehicle, or you can release the grab, you can release him from your grab, right? Well, you want to go ahead and put him at the back of a vehicle. I don't see why you want him to sit in the front unless you get like 5 people, at least 3 people arrested or anything like that. All right, so let's go ahead and with the other thing that we forgot to do is to give him his citations. You can still give him the citations while he's inside the vehicle like that. All you gotta do is press left control and the down what is it, PGDN button on your keyboard. I think that's the down button on your keyboard, just like so. And then you're gonna go ahead and see me handing over the citations like that. Where the hell did this all right, so what the hell is the flatbed going over there? But sometimes it really doesn't go according to plan. I mean, it will have to spawn in the right direction for the flatbed to pick up the vehicle, but they're gonna come by and pick up the vehicle like that. All right, so right now we can go ahead and make our way to the station here real quick. We're just gonna go ahead and call code 3 because I want to go ahead and drop this guy off as soon as possible, and we're gonna go ahead and be out of here. All right, so at this very moment in time, guys, you're pretty much done. I've showed you a couple examples as to how you can actually use this for your videos and stuff like that to install the game. And when you come to this point right here, you're gonna get this marker, and then it's gonna stop the pet is gonna give you this menu right here. Is gonna choose whether you want to take the suspect in yourself, or you can hand them over to somebody else. But I like to hand them over to somebody else, so let's go ahead and do just that. All right, and then when you do get them to somebody else, you're gonna get this menu right here. I mean, you're gonna go ahead and get that a little bit of a cut scene right there. Another officer taking him in, and now you are free to continue with patrol, and you are free to do whatever you want and everything like that. So if you have watched this video all this long, man, thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully this video did help you out in some shape or form. Hopefully you did understand me a little bit. I'm a little bit hesitant of actually doing some tutorials, because I feel like most people couldn't really understand me what I'm saying, because my English is really not that good. So if you have come all the way to this point, and if you found this video to be some value to you, make sure you give me a subscribe to the channel, man. Please do comment down below, because I would love to know what you guys think and how you guys feel about my tutorial. If it helped you out, please let me know if it did help you out, so that I can continue making more, because I do have the heart and desire to make more tutorials. Because a lot of people do ask me, man, how do you do it, how do you mod your game? I'm gonna try my very best to give you all the information that I do have, as much as I can understand it, as much as I can use it myself. I'm not gonna tell you to install something in your game that I am not using. If I'm not using it, it's either I don't know about it, or it's something that I don't want on my game. That's pretty much it. I'm gonna give you guys all the knowledge that I know, so that you can play the game as much as possible. So if you have made it all this far along, thank you so much for watching. And I have to say, all the other tutorials that are coming after this video right here is gonna be in addition to this video right here. So make sure you install your game, start playing your game like I just did, and then when you watch other tutorials that are coming up, you're gonna be adding into the game and making your game even more interesting and look even good. So thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next episode. As for right now, I think this boy is done, and we're gonna be going out of duty, and see you guys in the next one, man.